Longevity is a topic that has fascinated humankind for centuries. Scientists have long tried to figure out why some people live longer and others don't. However, two major factors are known to contribute to longevity, which are genetics and lifestyle. But what is the exact role of these factors when it comes to determining how long one would live? Is lifestyle more important than genetics, or does genetics beat lifestyle? In today's video, we're going to explore how genetics and lifestyle play a crucial role in influencing longevity. Over the past few years, life expectancy has increased across the world. This remarkable shift is due to advances in medicine such as vaccination, early detection of diseases, and improved healthcare. Not to mention, there is more public health awareness and better living standards today. So it is no coincidence that infants, children, and adults now have better chances of survival than in the past. Nevertheless, age-related diseases like cardiovascular disease and cancer remain the leading causes of death globally. Given that these conditions can be passed down from parents to their children, genetics have been considered a major factor influencing longevity. Genetics is the reason why parents and children have similar traits such as hair, skin, and eye color. Unfortunately, bad traits that can increase the risk of people developing serious health conditions later in life can also be passed down from parents. For example, having a family history of cancer can increase your likelihood of developing cancer by 10%. In other words, 10 in every 100 cancers may be caused by inherited genetic changes. This also applies to other conditions such as diabetes, Alzheimer's disease, asthma, sickle cell disease, and blood disease. However, scientists have also found that good genetics can significantly contribute to a healthier and longer life. While certain genetic variations can predispose individuals to a disease that decreases longevity, other gene variants may delay the onset of age-related diseases, thereby increasing longevity. This has been observed among the children of centenarians, or people in their 100s, who tend to live longer in good health than their peers. Even though there is a clear indication that genetics are a major factor that influences longevity, scientists do not yet understand the genes that are responsible or how they contribute to aging. However, they do know that aging is driven by the accumulation of molecular damage over time, resulting in a gradual decrease in the function of the body's cells. When this happens, the body becomes susceptible to several age-related health conditions, and ultimately, death ensues. While genetics play an important role in longevity, another factor to consider is environment and lifestyle. It is a known fact that a healthy lifestyle can affect a person's overall health and well-being. However, new data shows that people who adopt a healthy lifestyle could also live substantially longer than those who do not. The first habit that could significantly contribute to a longer and healthier life is regular exercise. Of course, we cannot overemphasize how important regular exercise is to maintaining good health. Exercise has been linked to several health benefits, including maintaining a healthy weight and preventing chronic diseases like heart disease, hypertension, and diabetes, all of which can negatively impact lifespan. Additionally, regular exercise helps lower anxiety and blood pressure and improves sleep quality and overall mental health. Research has shown that people who engage in regular physical activity have about 30 to 35% lower risk of premature death. The research further revealed that the life expectancy of people who exercise regularly increased by up to 6 years. Another important lifestyle that can increase longevity is a healthy eating pattern. What you put into your body is a critical factor that determines whether you will live long or not. People who eat a balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, whole grains, and healthy fats can lower the risk of several chronic conditions that increase with age. Avoiding highly processed food, refined grains, or added sugar, and eating more healthy foods such as the Mediterranean diet has been found to help reduce the risk of chronic diseases. According to recent studies, eating more healthy food can reduce the risk of death by nearly 20%. Keeping a healthy body weight is another important factor that can have a major impact on lifespan. Obesity is a significant risk factor for chronic diseases such as heart disease, diabetes, and cancer that are associated with a shorter lifespan. According to recent research, severe obesity can reduce life expectancy by about 14 years. By the way, regular exercise and a good diet can help reduce excessive weight and promote longevity. Smoking is one of the major health hazards that is responsible for more than 8 million premature deaths annually. It remains one of the leading causes of preventable disease, disability, and death in many parts of the world. Smoking increases the risk of developing chronic diseases like lung cancer and stroke. So needless to say, avoiding smoking can help reduce the risk of these diseases and increase your life expectancy. Similar to smoking is excessive alcohol consumption. While some studies suggest that drinking red wine may have some health benefits, drinking in moderation is very important. Excessive alcohol consumption can lead to serious health conditions such as stroke, high blood pressure, and even accidents. Many of these can be avoided by staying away from alcohol or drinking responsibly. Furthermore, Avoiding stress is one of the best ways to improve overall health and live longer. Stress can trigger aging and potentially have a negative impact on lifespan. On average, people who are happier live as much as 4 to 10 years longer than less happy and stressed people. If your mental health is taking a hit right now, here are some of the ways to reduce stress and live a happier life. First, take time to get enough sleep. Lack of sleep can impact everything you do, from your productivity and your health. Next, learn to take breaks from time to time. Also, learn to maintain social connections. Isolation and loneliness are associated with a higher risk of chronic diseases and, ultimately, death. We've talked about genetics and lifestyle as two independent factors that influence longevity since the beginning of this video. However, longevity is determined by a complex interplay of both factors, and where the influence of genetics and lifestyle meets is known as epigenetics. This is the study of how environmental and lifestyle factors can influence the expression of genes. Every cell has a complete set of DNA, known as the genome, which contains thousands of genes. These genes are passed from parents to children and contain information that determines physical and biological traits. However, recent studies have revealed that the expression of these genes can be influenced by environmental factors. For example, it is possible for someone to have genes that can predispose to certain health conditions, but because they choose a healthy lifestyle, they can mitigate the risk of disease or delay its onset. Unfortunately, this works both ways. Let's assume someone with a family trait of diabetes chooses to eat unhealthy foods. It can increase their risk of developing diabetes and shorten their lifespan. This goes to show how lifestyle choices can significantly influence gene expression and potentially reduce or increase certain genetic predispositions. The field of epigenetics is a developing science, and there are still more things to discover. It is estimated that only about 20 to 30% of an individual's lifespan is determined by genetics. But surprisingly, genetics has a relatively small influence on longevity when people are younger. Rather, environmental and lifestyle factors such as level of activity, diet, stress level, and exposure to environmental toxins are what influence an individual's lifespan. However, genetics plays a more significant role as people begin to grow older. Those who tend to live up to 100 usually have a delayed onset of age-related diseases such as cancer, stroke, and cardiovascular disease. This suggests that their immune systems remain healthier for longer compared with other people. The study of longevity is a developing science. There is a need for more research to be done to understand how genetics and lifestyle influence the lifespan of people. While genetics is estimated to be responsible for about 30% of an individual's lifespan, it provides a foundation. However, the remaining 70–80% is determined by your lifestyle and other environmental factors beyond your control. But regardless of your genetic predisposition, you must learn to adopt healthy habits if you want to live long and good health. Do you think genetics beats lifestyle and longevity? Or are both equally important? Let us know your answer in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and click on the bell icon to receive a notification when we drop a new video.